Hi everybody, it's the Piggy Hub here, back with a brand new video for you. Just a little update on the piggies. They're in my room at the moment. They have been moved from my brother's room into my room as he's home from uni. They always come in here during the summer, during Christmas and also at Easter time when he comes home from university. So instead of bringing the double stacked hutches in, I usually bring those in and put them in here. I decided this time to put up the CNC cages. I have had to make them a little bit smaller, unfortunately, because this room is slightly smaller, but they still got a lot of room. The reasoning for this is so that Badger can get a little bit of social time with the other piggies, as he is on his own at the moment. So, got Stanley and Monty here in a 2x4. They are usually in a 2x5, but there isn't enough room in here, unfortunately. But that's okay, it's still an okay size for two piggies. Just have to get them out for more floor time, that's all, just to make up for it, just give them a little bit more exercise. And they're on the thinner card shredded cardboard bedding, which I've decided to keep these two on, so I don't have to clean the cage out as much, obviously. Oh, Stanley's doing some tricks for you. And also it's very absorbent and it doesn't smell, so I've decided to keep these guys on this bedding. And then if I come over here, we've got Badger down the bottom in a 2x3. He's in his igloo, I think he's in the green igloo. Again, he's usually in a 2x4, but there's limited space in here, so he's in a 2x3 at the moment. But again, he'll just have to come out for some more floor time to get a little bit more exercise. That's all good. They've been out in their run in the garden. It's been a lovely couple of days here in the UK, so they've had lots of time out in their run. So lots of exercise, lots of free range time. So they've really been loving that. And I've just cleaned their cages, so they've got lovely, nice and clean. Lots of fresh hay, fresh nuggets. And I'm also just about to give them their veggies. So, if I just get them down. Ooh, veggie time! So here we go. Today they've got tomatoes, green beans, celery, lettuce, and I think that's it. So that's a nice little selection for them today. So if I just pop that in for them. Okay, I know I can hear you. So these two are very greedy, aren't you? Oh, these two are characters. They're so cute. Oh, look at that! Circus Piggy! Standing up on his hind legs for you. You'd have thought they haven't been fed in days, wouldn't you? So there we go, just pop that in. And they can have a nice little munch now on their veggies. And we've got Badge down here, and usually he starts squeaking. When he knows the other two have had their veggies, he starts squeaking. So I'll just come down here and give him a little bit of video. So the reasoning behind putting up the CNC cages rather than the hutches is that the piggies seem to be absolutely fine with each other, next door to each other. I always have them out in the runs on the floor, and also the runs in the garden, and I put them in a big run and just put a divide down the middle like I've done here. And there's no problems whatsoever. The only problem arises is when they're actually in a cage together, or they're out on the floor together, or out on the bed together, or on my lap together. As long as there's a little divide down the middle, just separating them, they're absolutely fine. They live next to each other really well, there's no problems at all. They'll occasionally go up to the bars and maybe do a little rumble strut, but that's as far as it goes. So I thought it was really nice chance for Badger to get some social time, as he is on his own since losing Gibson. I just thought it'd be nice for him to live next door to the piggies so he can see them and smell them and everything, because usually he's in a completely separate cage above them, so he can't really interact. And I think he's been really enjoying it. He's been going up to the bars. When the piggies have been down the other end having their food, he's been up at the bars down here biting and squeaking, trying to get their attention, so they'll come down and talk to him. So it's really cute. So I really like this little arrangement. I was really nervous at first about doing it, because I thought, oh gosh, it's just going to be mayhem. They're going to be at the bars fighting the entire time. But it's been absolutely no problem at all. And they've been in here now 3 days. So I'm really pleased with this setup. So they're going to be in here for a good couple of weeks. So a good couple of weeks now. So this should be really good for Badger. So hello, Badgie. So yeah, he's wondering where his veggies are now. So let me just put them in. Usually he squeaks. I think it's because the camera's on and I'm talking a lot. He usually comes out and squeaks. He's like, "Where's mine?" So I've kept him on the fleece because obviously he doesn't poop and pee as much as the other piggy, so I don't have to change it as often and it doesn't get as smelly. So there he goes, into his little castle. So I thought I'd keep him on the fleece while the other piggies are on the thinner card. And this cage does look very small. I don't like the size of this cage at all, but it's actually quite ample for him. He still gets a good run around, and like I said, I always get them out for floor time every day, and you know, lap time, they get a lot of attention, so they're not in the cage that much. But it's not too bad a size for one piggy, but obviously more is better. So that's why when they are in my brother's room, they do have bigger cages. But this is the best I can do in this room. The Hutches are probably in the middle between these two. They are probably about a 2x4 all in all. They're longer. They're about 6 foot in length, but they're narrower. So I'd say they're probably about a 2x4, the Hutches. So he's not missing out on much. And like I said, with this situation, he gets to interact with the other piggies, which is really important. So yes, so everybody's munching their food. I haven't got much else to say. I just thought that would be a nice little update for you, just to see what they're up to in the cages, just give you a little tour. Nothing much more to say really, except for just a few updates on the Piggy Hub. Remember, if you haven't already signed up and become a member, please do so. We've got lots going on, lots of new features coming up in the next couple of months. We're hoping maybe to even start our own shop where people can sell their products. So that should be coming, you know, in the next couple of months. That'll be really good. So if you are a seller, if you make your own items, like these little cuddle cups in the corner, please get in touch and let us know if you'd be interested. We give you some very good rates. Obviously, I know a lot of you sell on Etsy and a lot of you sell on eBay, but the rates can get quite expensive. So we'd be able to give you a very competitive rate. So yes, that's exciting. So I know a lot of people are selling things. For instance, these little houses, obviously these little fleecy items. People even selling CNC cages, you know, all ready to go with the Corex base all cut out ready. So I know there's a lot on the market at the moment. So we're hoping that'll be something that we can offer on the Piggy Hub website. So please get on there and make an account and start using the site and using the forum and everything. It's a great little website. It's really good fun, great place to meet people and share your knowledge and, you know, make friends and win competitions and etc, etc. So please sign up. So it's piggyhub.com, and yeah, that's about it. So here's Veggie. He's coming out and he's having some nibbles. Oh, my dear sweetie, so glad to have him back. Sad that he's on his own, but there's not much else we can do. Somebody did ask me actually in the last video when I was talking about piggy dating and why he's back on his own and he wasn't tried with any more pigs. Well, the only other piggies she had were piggies that had come in from a rescue who were very, very timid, very nervous, hadn't had any human interaction. They hadn't been picked up, they hadn't been handled at all, so they're extremely nervous. And she said, seeing as badgers extremely timid as well, they just wouldn't do anything for each other. So even though one eventually probably would have become boss, they still would have been very, very timid, and they wouldn't have been able to complement each other and really balance each other out and encourage each other to be more confident. It's always best if you've got a nervous piggy to try and pair them with a more confident piggy, like Gibson was to Badger, because it does help them then to be a bit more confident and come out of their shell. So that's the only reason that she didn't try to pair him with another piggy. It probably would have worked out, but in the long run it wouldn't have been good for either of them. They really do need to be with piggies that are more dominant, more confident, and can lead the way really. She said you'll just end up having two extremely terrified, timid piggies, and it just won't be good for either of them really. I think Badger being by himself is a better situation because he has to be more confident. If he wants to come out and get food, if he wants to come out and get attention, he has to come out and be confident like he's doing right now. Even when Gibson was here, he would go and hide in his igloo Whereas now he's on his own. I think he feels like, right, I have to do this, I have to be more confident. And it's not like he's completely on his own. He's got the other piggies, he can smell them, he can see them, he can go up to the bars and he can socialise with them. So I think he's got the best of both worlds, and I really honestly do believe that he is happy on his own. I think he's a loner pig, I really do. I think he's absolutely fine on his own, no problems whatsoever. So, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the little update video. Remember to get on the Piggy Hub and start exploring the website. And yes, hope to see you again soon. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye!